Hello and welcome back to the Project Hercules Diaries. Now, a guy called Chris has left a comment asking a question. Do we think there's enough clearance inside the crankcase here for the flywheel, between the flywheel and the inside of the crankcase, for the oil to pool at the bottom here before it gets scavenged up by the oil pump? Because I think this person had issues in the past with a different engine where the flywheel was running very close to the engine case, and the flywheel was grabbing the oil and the oil wasn't able to run down to the bottom. Now, I don't know if Bob had thought about it when he designed the engine, and he's not here to ask at the moment, so I thought I'd just consult the plans, which are over there on the wall here. So it's an old set of plans. I think we're at version 9 of the plans, or issue 9 of the drawings, and this is quite an early issue of the drawings because it still shows the large compression plate that we're not going to fit anymore, and it doesn't have some of the other details, but in principle it does show how much space there is between the flywheels and the crankshaft. So to give you just to orientate you around the plans, these are the two flywheels there. This is the crank pin where the conrod goes. That's the conrod there, the top of the conrod, and this is the big end. These are the two crankshafts. This one drives the bike, and this one drives the oil pump on the right hand side of the bike as you're sitting in it. And at the bottom, this is the crankcase, and you can see here there isn't much clearance on this side between the flywheel and the crankcase, but underneath there's a reasonable amount of clearance here. These are full-size drawings, and there's a reasonable void here for the oil to pool. So I don't think we'll have a problem with enough oil pooling in here and in this void for the scavenge pump here to draw that oil up and then circulate it back around the engine. But of course the proof is in the pudding, so once the engine's running, if we monitor the amount of oil in the tank, obviously that will go down a bit when the engine starts and runs because it'll be circulating round. But if that oil tank runs dry, then we'll know that it's all getting flung around here and isn't being scavenged properly. Now, there is a video about the scavenge pump itself. We made a test rig, making sure that it would draw the oil over a greater distance than was originally planned in the Norton engine that we pinched the oil pump from. And that's not going to be a problem. So we think we're okay, but I really appreciate the question. Thank you for thinking about it and asking, because somebody out there may come up with a question that we haven't thought about, or a thing that we haven't thought about, and it might just save us a load of hassle now by making a minor change to the design than after we've finished it and the whole thing goes bang, because that would be a disaster. So there we go. Thanks ever so much for the question. Hopefully that answers the question, and hopefully that gives you a bit of sort of a nice warm fuzzy feeling that it might actually work. As usual, thank you for watching. More updates will follow.